afternoon. There'll be another video this weekend. There's possibly two videos. I've got one that's definitely up and I haven't read the paper yet. So here we are, finally, after 2 months of waiting. And they've written this on the 11th of July, so it's only just, it's not like they wrote it a month ago and didn't post it. My complaint from the 18th of May. Seriously, sit back. I nearly fell over. This is Sergeant 2472 Carl Fillary, Fillary, if anyone knows him. He's neglected to sign the letter, of course, mainly because it's the biggest bunch of shit since, I don't know, Tony Blair's Labour government. Complaint against police, blah, 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 blah. They've got that bit right. They tried for around 30 minutes. I was not informed why they were there. There was no paperwork put through the door. There was no warrant mentioned or produced. The amount of officers in attendance was excessive. We'll see, shall we? They don't know who they were. Now, I know people are saying they won't name them, but they could have just named 5 officers that had just left or something. There's no names. They don't know who they are. They don't know who was here. That's what I would have done if I was a devious little shitbag copper. I'd have just gone, PC, Jones, Smith, Albert, Jones and Smith have just left the force. Let's put their names down. They're no longer accountable to police disciplinary procedures. Neither are these, apparently. Relates to a complaint which was recorded as police number incident. Yeah. Oh, that's a new one. I didn't have that reference number before. It is a request from the bailiff for assistance when visiting a address to collect a fine on behalf of a magistrate's court. So I think that means it's the assault charge. I think I was right about that. I don't know what's happened to council tax. Certainly last year, anyway, the court case they had last year, I mean. And I never even got a court order about that. Nothing. No paperwork at all. So, and I don't think they'd call that a court fine. So we think this is definitely the assault charge. So that's one objective achieved. We found out what it's all about. He has called for police assistance due to threats made by yourself to a previous bailiff, as well as comments made on your YouTube channel about bailiffs of come round here and see what you get. Well, I meant I'd make you a nice cup of tea. What do you think I meant? Right, so you're aware of my YouTube channel then. So you are aware of 25 years worth of theft from the public purse orchestrated by John Major, former Prime Minister, and carried out by former employees of Huntingdon District Council. Good. You've just dropped yourself right fucking in it there, haven't you? Carl. I can see a lengthy email going to the IOPC. I emailed them last night, actually, because, of course, I haven't got this yet. Based on that information, it has been deemed suitable for police officers to attend to prevent a breach of the peace while a bailiff was conducting his duties. This is where it gets really good. Officers have then attended and been present while the bailiff knocked on your door, rang your doorbell and called out through the letterbox. Which is funny, because if you watch the video, which I think was called Cambridge Police Really Have Nothing Better to Do, or words to that effect, just go back to May the 18th, actually, because I think the channel dates most of them. A police officer can clearly be heard calling through the door. Paul, are you there, mate? It's the police. So, Carl, you've either just said that a bailiff is, still don't know his name, Joel, I presume, who put like 17 cards through my letterbox over a few weeks. Yes, Carol, you've either just said that a bailiff has impersonated a police officer, or you've just lied yourself. Take your pick, because you're going to have to. And as we know, you watch my YouTube channel. Officers have kept watch around your address to see if they could see anyone at the windows. After around 30 minutes, I'll tell you exactly how long it was, Shelley. It was 27 minutes. Because I came downstairs and I heard one of the police officers say, yeah, they're in there all right. And then you started knocking, and I went back upstairs to get my phone, and I came down and started recording. 27 fucking minutes. After 30 minutes trying to get a response and not getting one, all parties have left as there was no sign of anyone in your property. Officers' individual responses. Just one paragraph. Do you want me to read it? I have spoken to the officers in attendance, and they confirm that they attended your address and met the bailiff. The bailiff has shown them the court paperwork he was executing, which included a power of arrest if payments could not be made on the fine, so a police van also attended in case it was required. The bailiff has then done all of the knocking, ringing and calling through your letterbox. In case you've got a memory of the goldfish, rewind about 3 minutes. I think you'll find that's not true. When they were satisfied that there was no one at home, there was no evidence for them to believe anyone was in your house, they have left. They understood their role to be only to prevent a breach of the peace, whilst the bailiff conducted his business due to the report of threats made by yourself on your YouTube channel and to previous bailiffs. They state that they themselves did not see or speak to you in any way. That's the individual responses. That's it. One paragraph. By the way, if you don't want fucking threats, don't go around breaking the law and swanning around like you own the fucking place. You're accountable too. Apparently. Not in this case, it would seem. And he's moved straight on. The conclusion. Love him. Carl, I've got to say, you should get the fucking, what is it, the Booker Prize or something for writing a fiction novel. Is it the Booker Prize? I can't remember. After reviewing your complaint, the incident report, your YouTube videos, but there was only one of them knocking on the door. How many did you watch exactly? Was this on company time? And obtaining the officer's responses, I can give you my findings. The officers tried for around 30 minutes to get you to answer the door by knocking on your door, bringing your doorbell and shouting through the letterbox, calling you mate. Officers did indeed attend your address to assist a bailiff attempting to collect an outstanding fine should a breach of the peace occur. This, however, they however stood back whilst the bailiff tried to get your attention, and he would have been the one calling you mate. I can see no case to answer here for the officers. The issue appears to be with the bailiff, who is not employed by Cambridgeshire Constabulary. Isn't that fucking lucky? Listen, let me tell you, and don't you dare call me a fucking liar, Carl, because the bailiff was stood out front of the grass. Right, so he was nowhere near the fucking front door. So you, my friend, might as well just fucking hand in your badge and be lucky if you get your fucking pension. You were not informed why they were there. The bailiff was the one trying to speak to you, and as you admit, you did not engage in any communication. Well, I don't see why I should, because if you go back to interview with Cambridgeshire Police, DC Minion practically admits that if you open the door to the police, they can break any fucking law they want. So really, your time of having any assistance from me, whether it be that, or whether you sorely need it. What did you see the other week? 2 PCSOs or something tried to arrest someone or stop someone. Anyway, fists started flying, and I don't think any major contact was made, but like just people were just like walking past, they couldn't give a fuck. Good. So yes, you're never going to get my attention again other than forcefully. I'm afraid, Cambridge Police. And if your officers are ever in trouble, I shall walk on fucking by. I did not see how he could have informed you why he was there, as he did not believe you were at home. In any case, it was the bailiff who should have identified himself to you, as he was there with the paperwork. Arrest warrant, but they didn't try and put the door in. Think about it. The bailiff is not employed by Cambridge Constabulary. I repeat that 2 or 3 times. And there's no indication of any crimes here, so we would not deal with complaints you have about his conduct. If you are happy with how he tried to communicate with you, I suggest that you complain to either Marstons who employ him or the court who have contracted him to work on their behalf. It actually says contacted him, not contracted. Well, they haven't, have they? Because the court might contract Marstons, but as we now know, they're all self-employed. So he's got fuck all to do with the court. So he's wandering around unlawfully with arrest warrants. Arresting people. Or not, as the case may be. No paperwork was put through the door. As per my response point 2, this was a court action tasked to a bailiff to complete. If paperwork needed to be put through your door, and was not, it would be the responsibility of the bailiff. He is not employed by Cambridge Constabulary. And if you're unhappy with his conduct, I would advise you to complain further to either his employer, Marstons, or the court. Told you, didn't I? But no warrant was mentioned or produced. As per my response for point 2, have I just read that one? Oh no, he's actually just about basically repeated that whole paragraph. Yes, he has in fact repeated that whole paragraph. So points 3 and 4 are exactly the same. So you had an arrest warrant, but you didn't think to mention it. So if you get a court fine, guys, just don't answer the door. You heard it here first. The amount of officers in attendance was excessive. One officer attended initially, then asked for a van to attend in case the power of arrest attached by the court to recovery order was needed. I missed that bit earlier. But you all turned up at once. So how did one officer attend initially? Oh my word. I hope you're enjoying this, Carl. None of the officers were pulled away from other duties, and they acted only to prevent a breach of the peace. You keep saying that as well. I do not feel as excessive. In any case, the attending officers are simply following a lawful order to attend. Yeah, I was just following orders. Oh, why are my cigarettes over there? This is too good. Seriously, guys, share this. In summary, your complaint largely resolves around the bailiff, who is not an employee of Cambridge Constabulary. I think we've established that. And therefore we cannot take any action against him on this occasion for this reason. No wonder he didn't sign it. I hope you're satisfied with the manner in which your complaint has been resolved. This is his local resolution, which I said I didn't want. Oh my word. But they ignore that, obviously. Any future contact you may have with us will be without complications. No, when I see a police officer, I feel fucking sick. So I won't be having any further contact with you. Not through my fucking choice, anyway. Should you not be content with the outcome that I've presented? I would be happy to discuss his letter in more detail. Well, since you put however many officers' individual responses in one paragraph and no names are mentioned, I dread to think how much more detail. Do you know what I mean? We could be at it for fucking months. You have the right to appeal. Oh my word. No, I don't think I'll be going to professional standards. I think I'll just be going straight to the IOPC. If you can bring yourself to it, do feel free to write to Sergeant 2472 Carl Fillary at Huntingdon Police Station, Ferrers Road, Huntingdon, PE 29 3DQ. I don't think there's any email addresses on this. Oh my fucking... Well, that's brightened my day up considerably. So he had an arrest warrant, but he didn't think to mention it. And the bailiff identified himself as a policeman when he was knocking on the door and ringing the bell and shouting through the letterbox. And one officer attended and asked for assistance, but of course you all turned up together. Fuck. Oh. Well, I was wrong on one thing. I did say they just wouldn't answer. If you can call that an answer. Right. I need a beer. I'll see you all later.